faith in our common future. The title of the film is Back to Eden, and it was directed and produced by two young gals, Dana Richardson and Sarah Zentz. It's about organic gardening and how you can grow the most nutritious vegetables that you've ever seen.
Absolutely. I ought to carry that video. I've heard of it. Ought to have them on. We're really going to be moving, into self-sufficiency, and because it's about getting ourselves partially disconnected from the system. Nobody can do it totally, but it's about starting the process of having the hobbies of horticulture, of gardening, of farming, of metallurgy, of combat. Firearms training. Go ahead.
Yeah, this guy has, his name is Paul Gauci, and after years of backbreaking toil on the ground, ravaged by the effects of the man-made growing techniques and systems, Paul has discovered a taste of what God has intended for mankind in the Garden of Eden. In this film titled Back to Eden, you can buy the DVD at backtoedenfilm.com, or you can watch it for free on Vimeo.com. Just search for Back to Eden.
Well, thank you for the plug. Anything else, Buckley? Are you a producer, or do you just really like the film?
Well, I like the film. I'm using My Patriot Supply Seed Vault seeds. I've been doing this technique. This is my second year now, and it's working great. I've thrown my tiller away. I'll never have to till the soil again. It's just a fantastic way.
Well, let me tell you, their film, I've heard about it. I need to watch it. I need to buy it in bulk, sell it with all the seeds we've got, because I really want to push that culture. That sounds like a great idea, Buckley. Thank you so much. I appreciate that call. Trace, it's far away the computer screen. Was that Trace? That's Trace in New Jersey. Go ahead.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, my friend.
Alex, I've been a 20-year listener, and I'm 26 years old, just to give you a scope of it.
So you've been listening since you were a little kid. Who was it in your family? Would they have you listen to shortwave? Or?
No, I'm just a young hacker. I did my own pirating. And
sure, I must have misheard you. I thought you said you're 22 years old. You've been listening for 20 years. I must have misheard that.
Oh, no, I'm 26. I'm sorry.
All right. I guess you had a little trouble with your audio. Go ahead.
Okay, I was calling because I wanted to speak on the globalist weapons and their newest methods of invading every bit of our lives. And one thing that most people haven't even really recognized, this is something that I recognized after my father had been in the military for 20 years, and I joined when I was old enough. I found there were some things that the people should know, but I couldn't speak on them because of my clearance. Even to this day, I still can't say exactly what they are, but I can give you a taste of something that I found odd. Yesterday, I was just, riding my bike coming from an interview, and my phone did something really odd. It started to dial some numbers that I've never seen.
Sure.
And I don't even know.
And then once they do that to you, they can then claim those are numbers of watch, and so then they can legally open up an investigation on you, or your phone's been hacked by somebody else. But let me give everybody the big secret about classification. Our government, since the National Security Act in 47, has classified hundreds of millions of news articles that were in the newspaper. That means their own people can't talk about it in the government. So they classify it when they show you they're spying on us illegally and stuff, so that you feel like you can't ever talk about something that was illegal, even though the illegal program had congressional funding. You understand? So they tend to classify general program systems, but the pieces they had to build it had to be approved and run through and weren't classified. That's why I don't need Cy Hirsch, or I don't need Steve Pachinik, or I don't need Tim Kennedy to tell me any stuff that's going on with things. I've already reverse engineered it all, and it's all in white papers. Or I can go read what the globalists wrote in the 50s, and they've done everything they wanted that far. Now I see the next phase of what they want to do, and my God, if they get this in, 20, 30 years, maybe sooner, we're all dead. They plan to set up a total robot takeover, get every form of the economy controlled, get everything actuary down, and then just start bioweaponing whoever's left. I'm sorry, though. What do you think's going on with your phone, my friend?
Honestly, I know exactly what it is. That's what disturbs me, because it was a system that I worked on with in the military.
Okay, well, was I
It's a
correct,
typo.
or was it a
looks like
thing to then geolocate it?
Yes, you're right. It is a geolocation
Sir,
device.
this is as I told you. That was in the 1996 Telecommunications Act. By law, by 2000, all, quote, new phones have to have that. But I don't understand the reason you say it was randomly dialing numbers unless the cell tower, it was sending out a code to basically integrate that into a local template of some local governmental or substrata group that was jacking into that data, not pulling it off the main central NSA control panel.
It was how do you say it? It was encryption. The way I know it was encryption was because these numbers weren't phone numbers. They were codes. They were codes that are used on certain systems that...
Sure, but I'm saying you were seeing a readout probably. I mean, I'm not the engineer. There's so many different programs, but it was hitting your phone with the commands is what you're saying?
Yeah,
sure, but all I'm telling you is that's not secret, though. I know you were in a secret program. They told you that was secret. They're Anthony Gucciardi is coming up, going to be anchoring the 4th hour. I'm going to do 5 minutes the next hour, take a few calls from Margaret and Matthew and Derek. A few others have been holding the longest. But I want to get into the unprecedented corruption of the Justice Department. And I know that's obvious, but it's never been more brazen, hubris-filled, arrogant, naked, out in the open. I mean, this is like you come home at 6 o'clock and a guy has your wife under him naked on your couch in front of your children committing the act of sex, and they both get up and say, no, we're not having sex. I mean, it's that ridiculous at this point. I mean, Hillary took billions at her foundation from foreign governments. It's totally illegal. If I did that, I'd be arrested, and I should be. So let's go to this first clip where this is just unbelievable. Morning Joe blasts Loretta Lynch for privately meeting with Bill Clinton. I mean, even those guys know this is just unbelievable. Amid the email probe, meanwhile, Lynch said a few months ago there's no conflict of interest in Clinton investigation despite Obama endorsement of Hillary. I mean, that's ridiculous. So Loretta Lynch met Bill Clinton privately on Tuesday morning in Phoenix on her plane after he boarded. My God, that's like if a judge is investigating, there's an investigation looking to indict a mob boss and they meet on their plane. I mean, this is so illegal. I mean, this is crazy. Go ahead and play the clip, please.
Attorney General says the meeting with the former president was unplanned and that she and Bill Clinton never discussed the email investigation. We're told the two just happened to be at the Phoenix airport at the same time when the former president boarded her plane.
What's the word, Joe? Optics?
Boy, this is beyond optics. This is unbelievable. This is
the good news is it gives Rush Limbaugh material for 3 hours today. It gives him a lot to talk about.
He's not going to have to research to specifically sit down and meet with her and talk about.
She's the Democratic Attorney General. He's a former Democratic president. Perfectly reasonable to talk, except under these circumstances.
There's
By the way, stop that. Back it up 10 seconds. I don't normally make physical comments about people all the time unless I really hate them like Hillary. What's up with Scarborough? And he literally, it's like in Mars Attacks when the alien looks like a chick with a beehive haircut, you know, to cover up its big alien head. I don't believe that aliens are secretly running the planet. I was joking about that yesterday, but I don't know, guys. Is he covering up like a cone head or something there? There's a shot where he's looking straight onto the camera where he looks like Bozo the Clown. Can you find that part? I mean, I'm not the best looking guy in the world either. Come on, you know. Listen, I mean, the ladies think I am, but whatever. I'm just joking. The point is, he looks like a space alien, man. What the? And then he's got the war criminal's daughter next to him, Mika. Okay, I just can't handle it anymore. Briefly, I'm going to come back and take some of your calls. I've got where she said there's no conflict of interest, but we need to play that video. I may. Don't forget, biggest special that we've really ever offered on preparedness items across the board. It is 20 to 40% off on all the storable foods. It is 20% off Survival Shield Nation Ion X2. 20% off Alexa Pure Water filters and air purifiers. That is such a great deal. It's a 4th of July special. It's going to run through, I guess, next Tuesday or so. And we need the capital. These aren't just great products you need. to fund our media operations and what we're doing. So get stuff you need, great prices, really high quality, and fund the InfoWar, whether it's non-GMO seeds, heirloom seeds, or whether it's storable foods, or whether it's Hillary for Prison shirts. They're all available at InfoWarsStore.com or InfoWarsLife.com for the nutraceuticals. And you can also always call toll-free if you got any questions or comments or want to order or ask about specials, 888-253-3139. And I tend to forget, we have free shipping on orders of $50 or more and 10% off on top of all the discounts when you sign up for the vaunted auto ship. All at InfoWarsStore.com. Hour number 4, 70 seconds away. Some stations don't carry it. InfoWars.com/show to find the continuum. And a special video is airing in the next hour. I'll just leave it at that. We're not like looking for these articles where they're trying to turn everything into supposed racism. They're there every day where a kid says brownies. I want brownies for dessert. And they say that must be racist, so the police are called in New Jersey. Or somebody holds up a sign, F ISIS, so the police come saying it's a hate crime against a loving group. I mean, it's just unbelievable that we have gotten to this point. Meanwhile, guns from Fast and Furious show up in the Paris attack. That's up on Infowars.com. Let's go to Matthew in New York. You're on the air. Thank you for calling.
Hey, Alex. Matt LaFasic here. Hey, I've been thinking about how Trump could pull off his tariff threats. And when I'm discussing it with friends, they immediately think the plans are too risky and they'd rather sit back and rot like we are today. But what do you think of when he gets in office, he makes a statement that, like on July 4th, 2018, USA will start to enforce tariff on imports in countries who are in violation. But before he does all that, his staff creates a comprehensive list of all the industries that are lacking in the USA and start like a $1 trillion grant program to start to encourage Americans, not the elite, not people who currently own businesses, to start businesses so that by July 4th, 2018, or whatever date he actually sets, we'll be prepared and we won't have to.
That's right. That's right. I mean, it's in the campaign. He's saying he's not going to let China have these manipulated internal tariffs that are illegal, and then he's going to leverage and get better deals. Well, that's very easy to do because the globalist plan is to deindustrialize us and to make us dependent. That's why the deals are all so horrible and one-sided, is because it's meant to be that way. The only thing they were supposed to protect under globalism, it's the whole rollerball scenario where, this country's over this, and, one's over energy, one's over media, one's over military, one's over manufacturing. There's been a deal made. China's been cheating, and I'm against the globalist deal, where they get to be the world economic power and have all the rare earth minerals and the ports, and then we get to be the military power, and then we counterbalance each other. But, of course, it's a double cross from the beginning, but that's the essence of what globalism is. So, absolutely. And plus, China's already been double-crossing the Anglo-Americans, so that's why there's a little more support in some sectors that are more patriotic of the power structure to let Trump get in and do this anyways, because the elite realize they're being screwed over, and the Chinese are like, just come on over and live here, like George Soros and people like that. Just come over here and retire, and, we're going to win, so just go with us. I appreciate your call. Let's talk. It was a good point. Talk to Derek in the great state of Tennessee, the volunteer state. Go ahead, Derek.
Hey there, Alex.
Hey, brother.
I've just got one question I've had this question on my mind for quite a while, and I really don't know any other platform to maybe get noticed with it. I've got one question, and that's Donald Trump could ask this to the American people and the U.S. government, and that is, how can anyone, the government, anyone, force a free people such as ourselves to purchase an imaginary product like Obamacare from a third-party profiteering entity, the insurance company?
Which is predominantly foreign. I mean, it's a foreign global tax. Our political elite have rented us out like a cheap whore who's got cigarette burns all over and pus dripping out of her eyes. They've already beat us with coat hangers, but now we're so sick and feeble, and basically they're renting us out to a vampire that wants to drink what's left of our precious bodily fluids, to quote Jack T. Ripper. I mean, it's such an galactic, supreme overlord screw job that I totally, absolutely agree with you. I don't have any words to describe how redonkulous it is. And then Trump just gets up and says, I'm going to make the vampires, get off of you for a little while. They're like, how dare you? Do you see how sparkly their white teeth are? I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah, like I say, that's the one question. If it would come out of Donald Trump's mouth, you know, maybe we get enough people behind us and it'd be that Leonidas spear moment at Xerxes.
Absolutely.
You know?
Brother, good point, Derek. I'm going to come back and finish up real fast with a few more calls and hand the baton to Anthony Gucciardi. And then he got a special video coming at the bottom of the hour. I still haven't aired the Rob New video. It's a special report, but it's up.